Hello, Athish Gaming here to talk about some rules for your TBC Pre-Bis and some traps that you can avoid by following these rules, followed by a brief tutorial on using 70 upgrades to make your set. So the three big rules of Pre-Bis are crafted sets are not Pre-Bis, heroic only gear is not Pre-Bis, quest and reputation gear is preferable to dungeon drops. Crafted sets are really expensive and require multiple days of transmutes or significant gold outlays while being unnecessary for entry level raids. Their real place is as your tier 5 pre-bis. This is the stuff you want to be wearing as you enter SSC and TK, not necessarily what you want to be wearing as you go into Karazhan. It's just overkill for that level, and you're putting yourself behind by waiting for it. Next up, heroics have a 24-hour lockout. If an item has a 15% drop chance, and it's a popular item, so there's multiple people potentially in your group going for it, it could take you weeks to get it, even if you're doing it every single day. There are no heroic only drops that are required to step into tier 4 content. There's some that are good, there's some that can really fill in some holes if you're unlucky in Karazhan, Gruul, and Mag, but generally speaking, you don't need them. Now, there are a couple that are worth pursuing, but I will cover the heroic that you should focus for that in another video. And lastly, the quest and reputation gear. I mean, this is just simple logic. If you do a quest, you get an item. If you get the rep, you get an item. Dungeon drops are always going to be susceptible to RNG, to other people outrolling you. So while it's easier to pick up a normal dungeon drop since you can spam the dungeon, and if you have a good group, just run through it a couple of times until you get it, it's not as guaranteed as quest and reputation, which is fine because a lot of the reputation gear is really good. And lastly, 70 upgrades. 70 upgrades is a website for planning out your gear set, and I feel like in this circumstance it really helps you pick out what's going to be the easiest to get gear. So let's dive into it. This is 70 upgrades. I've made a couple of sets here, but let's just cover how you'll actually make your character and go through the set. So you're going to make an account, log in, and then you create a character. We're going to pick a Tauren warrior. That'll be fine. Hit customize. We're going to do this as YouTube. Create, and now we're gonna do Fury YouTube. So you'll put in a name, choose a talent spec. This part is not really needed. Phase for Pre-Bis, you're gonna choose phase 1, and then a preset point. We're gonna go with Fury here. This being said, this isn't the end all be all. It does give stat weights, but it doesn't know if you're overcapped or undercapped, so you have to watch out for that. And then next up, you want to put in your talents. And the reason why you're putting in your talents is because if your talents give bonuses, especially to hit, it will show up on your character sheet. And that way you can actually know what you're getting. If you don't put in your talents, then you'll be confused that you have more hit than you know what to deal with. Like we can go here. Oh look, there's 2% hit chance down here. So now we're going to look at the items, and just you have a list of items organized by what it gives as the EP, and then you have the source of the items. So as you can see, we have Prince Malchezaar, arena points, and then 50 badges of justice, and then in a heroic item. So none of these are pre-bis. Even this one, the heroic Wastewalker helm, it's not really a pre-bis item that you want to be going for. So this one instead, Helm of the Claw, it's a really good item. Helm of Assassination drops from a normal instance, and at least according to this, it's better than some of these other ones you can get. So yeah, all of these perfectly fine, good items to pick up. So you grab one of those, and then as far as like next, now we look here, we have Karazhan, Exalted Consortium. I mean, this could be good. a heroic instance, well, at least here we have the Houndmaster and Blade's Edge Mountain. This is a quest reward. You just do this quest, you get this necklace. This is a great necklace for stepping into a Karazhan. Same deal. For all these items, you're going to go through, and you're going to see where things come from. Now, a caution with the crafted ones. Some crafted ones are really easy, like Fellstalker. This bind and equip, and I believe this is pretty cheap mats wise. So you can just grab some Fellstalker bracers, pretty easy. Weapons. One thing that comes up here is you can see blacksmithing. This is a very expensive blacksmithing weapon, and generally speaking, I want to go maces anyways. Then you have arena points, Karazhan, arena, another blacksmithing. So it can be a lot of weapons that you have to scroll through until you get down to, oh look, a good sword. 2 reputation items, 3 reputation items, though you don't want to go daggers as a warrior. Then we have, oh look, normal Black Morass. It's a pretty easy one to get. And the same thing down through here, like Fellsteel Whisperer Knives, pretty easy. Mama's Insurance from a quest. And you'll find this on a lot of classes, that there are easily attainable quest items that you can fit into a Pre-Bis set. The only other thing I really want to cover is just, if you have the item up, you can click down here. You can see the enchants. Make sure that you have the proper reputation for the enchants. As you can see, Syrian Expedition Revered is, for physical DPS, a fantastic enchant, one that you'll always want to have. And then you can put in gems. If you click all colors, then you will get the all colors list. Oftentimes, like for example here, do you really need 4 dodge rating on your Fury Warrior? And so you can ignore the set bonus there. I will have a small caution about metagems. They may not all be in the game, or at least all of the patterns and crafters that are necessary to get you the necessary metagems. So oftentimes people will avoid metagems and opt for this helm here, the Overlord's Helm of Second Sight, which is from a quest reward and is a very good helm that has 3 slots on it. No meta slot, but if there aren't really good metagem options, then this will be a better option than your other helms. So that's the kind of things I want you to keep in mind when you're building out your Pre-Bis set. You want to go for the gear that is good enough and easily attainable. You can spend time working on the heroic drops, on the tier 4 drops, but you just want to hit a baseline of good enough to get into Karazhan and pull your own weight. So if you have any questions about 70 upgrades or the rules for Pre-Bis, leave them below. I try and respond to all the comments on the videos, but either way, I appreciate you watching, and until next time.